gone by this time, friends. Summer, 1930. Gradual changes in growers' quarters. Horses are getting rarer. Farmers coming into town now with boards. Everybody locks their house doors now at night. Ain't been any burglars in town yet, but everybody's heard about them. You'd be surprised, though. On the whole, things don't change much around here. This is certainly an important part of Grover's Corners. It's on a hilltop, a windy hilltop. Lots of sky, lots of clouds, often lots of sun and moon and stars. You come up here on a fine afternoon and you can see range on range of hills. Awful blue they are, out there by Lake Sunapee and Lake Winnipesaukee. And if you go way up, you can see the White Mountains, where Conway and North Conway is. And of course, our favorite mountain, Mount Mananex, right here. And all around it lie these towns. Gaffrey and North Gaffrey and Peterborough and Dublin and... Yes, down there quite a ways is Grover's Corners. Yes, sir. Beautiful spot up here. Mountain laurel and lilacs. I often wonder why people like to be buried in places like Woodlawn and Brooklyn when it might just as easily pass the same time here in New Hampshire. Up here are the old stones, 1660 to 1670. Strong-minded individuals with a long way to be independent. Summer people come around here laughing at the funny words written down on the tombstones. They don't do any harm. And genealogists get sent up from Boston, paid by city people for looking up their ancestors. They all want to make sure they're daughters of the American Revolution, not the Mayflower. Guess that don't do any harm either. Up here are some Civil War veterans. Iron flags on their graves. New Hampshire boys had a notion that the Union ought to be kept together, though they'd never seen more than 50 miles of it themselves. All they knew was the name, friends. The United States of America. United States of America. And they went and died about it. This here is the new section of the cemetery. There's your friend, Mrs. Gibbs. Oh, and Mr. Stimson, from the Congregational Church. And Mrs. Owens, who enjoyed the wedding so much, remember? Oh, and lots of others. And, Editor Webb's boy, Wallace, whose appendix burst while he was on a Boy Scout trip to Crawford Notch. Yes, sir. An awful lot of sorrow has sort of quieted down up here. People just wild with grief have brought their relatives up to this place. And then times, sunny days, rainy days, snow. We all know how it is. Now there are some things we all know, but we don't take them out and look at them very often. We all know that something is eternal. And it ain't houses, and it ain't names, and it ain't the earth, and it ain't even the stars. Yes, everybody knows in their bones that something is eternal, and that something has to do with human beings. All the greatest people ever lived have been telling us that for 5,000 years, and yet you'd be surprised how people are always just letting go of that fact. There's something way down deep that is eternal about every human being. You know, the dead don't stay interesting in us living people for very long. Gradually, they just let go of hold of the world and the ambitions they had and the pleasures they had and the things they suffered and the people they loved. They get weaned away from the world, that's the way I put it, weaned away. They stay here while the earth part of them burns away, burns out. And all that time they slowly get indifferent something important and great. Aren't they waiting for the eternal part in them to come out? Clear? Some of the things they say may be gonna hurt your feelings, but that's the way it is. Mother and daughter, husband and wife, enemy and enemy, money and miser. All those terribly important things just kind of grow pale around here. And what's left? What's left when memory is gone? And your identity, Mrs. Smith? Well, here comes some living people. There's Joe Sauter, our undertaker, supervising a new-made grave. And here comes Sam Craddock, Grover's Corners boy, who left town to go